Hi guys, so I want to talk about artificial sweeteners, and this is something that very close to my heart, simply because I have experienced a lot of issues and side effects from specific things, and it definitely gave me a very good experience, and I saw a lot of different changes with people who I have been training. So I'm going to start with a little story. I was about like couple of years into all of this fitness, getting ready for one of my competitions, and I needed to go for a registration for my car, right? But here in Surrey we had a toll bridge, and every time you cross the bridge you had to pay, right? And you cannot register your car unless those dues are paid. So I had like 20 bucks needed to pay. I'm going online, I am paying, I'm receiving receipt, and it's a wrong license plate. I'm like, okay, what the heck? Then I'm paying again, I am checking the numbers, I'm checking the numbers on a scan on the computer, click pay, it come back, wrong license plate. I'm like, okay. Good thing it's 20 bucks, right? So not a big deal. I'll pay again and then we'll deal with it later. I'm paying again, I'm checking the number, I'm checking the number on the screen, receipt comes in, everything is fine, okay, perfect, okay, good, 3 times is the charm. Coming to registry, and they saying you still have outstanding balance, and then I'm like, what the heck, I just paid, right? So we phoned there, and they said that yes, we see that you paid 3 times, but all 3 times it's a wrong license plate, right? So what is it? This is the dyslexia episode, right? I never had anything like that before. I also started to notice that I started to have issue with my short-term memory, and I started to have more and more of these things happening to me when you like when you're trying to find this word but it's on the tip of your tongue, and it's like, oh shoot, like, and it bugs you, right? And you cannot say it and you don't remember, and it's like, okay, it'll come to me, right? So that's another way of describing it. So that's your short-term memory issues. And then I was having a conversation with the client who I was trying to explain what she was supposed to do on the program, and I'm telling her like in April 25, and I'm writing 52. I'm like crossing it, 25 on April 26, and I'm writing 62, and I'm crossing it and writing 26, and I'm like on the 27th, and I'm writing 72, right? They just freaking flipped. And like she goes like, oh my god, that's my energy. I go, no, that's not your energy, something wrong with my brain, all right? And then like I had a conversation with another client of mine, and she told me that she found this very nice maple syrup sweetened with no sugar and only Splenda, and it tastes amazing. And I'm like, let me Google it. So I Googled Splenda, which is sucralose, right? Side effects of sucralose. And everything that I was experiencing was in there, right? Dyslexia, anxieties, night vision, short-term memory, so on and so forth, right? And I'm like, what the heck? Like I have been eating so healthy. Where is it all coming from? Like, where am I receiving trigger for that? And I checked my protein powder that I was buying from a company. I was supposed to be a healthy company, and sure enough, sucralose was in there. I'm like, shit. So I replaced it with unsweetened and unflavored protein powder. It took me a while to find a good tasting one, and I found which I really like. So, and the side effects were gone, right? So they just gone. Then I had another interesting episode with my son, right? And those people who know my son, they know like he's a very bright kid, or I guess man. And at the time he was a kid, it was a while back. He just finished his first competition after 16 years old. He competed for the first time. Of course, he wanted to gain more muscle. We bought him a mass gainer, and he started taking it. And then I'm taking him to a grocery store. We were buying groceries, And I'm telling him, if you are going to buy at this, at the time I wasn't a nutritionist yet, right? So I didn't really understand a lot of things at the time. So I was telling him, if you buy this unsweetened, if you buy this lactose-free milk and mix it with your builder, it's gonna be better than your chocolate milk that you want to buy. And he looks at me like kind of past me and he goes, huh? I'm like, okay. Rewind. If you buy lactose-free milk, mix it with your builder, mass builder, it's gonna be better than your chocolate milk. He looks at me again, what do you want me to buy? And then I also start noticing, like, at the same time, I start noticing things like he would look at me, but he's not looking at me, like kind of foggy. And then like in the middle of conversation, he will just like switch and do something else. Like that was very weird. And I'm thinking, okay, he probably like doing his like teenage thing at the time. And then a couple of days later, he needed to go for an appointment at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm driving to work, to a studio, and he's phoning me and he goes, Darren, like, it's not 6 a.m., it's supposed to be at 6 p.m. And I'm asking him at the time, I go, can you check what is in your builder for sweeteners? And he look at it and he goes, Mom, I don't even know where to look. So here we are as a consumers, and all of the consumers are very sugar oriented, right? So everybody addicted to sweeteners and sugars, and a supplement industry has no choice but to put all of this bullshit into our supplements. Right? But when you are eating clean and all of the substances are not in there, the side effects are actually quite dramatic. And if you look at the rate of neurological issues that the young teenagers and young adults have at this time, especially those who go to the gym, right, it's actually quite alarming. So Google side effects of, when I came home and I looked at it, it had aspartame and potassium, and this is another very strong sweetener, and goes along the same lines as aspartame and sucralose. So very similar side effects, right? So of course we stopped. He stopped taking it. 2 weeks later, he was back, and very bright, no problems, no issues at the time. So at that point, I started to put all of my clients on non-sweetened protein powders. But some of them were still trying the stevia. And I couldn't taste stevia, I didn't ever like it. It was always giving me this bitter aftertaste. This is like wrong aftertaste. So I kind of never got into taking it or liking it or accepting it. So never took it. And all of my protein powder was unsweetened and unflavored from that episode of dyslexia that I had. But then what happened is we start training when I do my posing classes. We start at about 8 weeks out, and all of the girls at that point are very slim, and all of a sudden they cannot suck in the stomachs, right? They're slim, but the stomach is kind of like bulging, and it's harder, like if you push on it, right? And I like suck it in, I can't suck it in, I can't, like something is obstructing it, right? So at the time I thought that was the protein powder doing it. So we start taking them out of protein powders about a couple of months or months before the competition, and it would go away. And then I bought BCAA sweetened with stevia. I just wanted to try it. And within probably, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 times I took it, right? Like within the first week, I got so bloated, like 5 months pregnant bloated. So at that point, I Googled side effects of stevia, and yep, So if you Google it right now, because like over the years, everybody been a human trial now, right? And like all consumers are human trial for all of this stuff. And you can find a lot of side effects on that. So bloating, indigestion. So basically what happens is stevia collects in the lower intestine and develops inflammation. It takes a couple of months, 3 months, to people who have been taking it slowly and have been overweight, so they do not really know how bloated they are and what they bloated from, right? But when you're slimming down for competition, you actually see every single like bubble of bloat in your stomach, right? And basically when it collects in the lower intestine, it creates inflammation in there, and the lower intestine is responsible for water absorption, right? So now you are impairing yourself from absorbing water properly. So at that point now I have a big disclaimer in big letters right at the top of my supplement schedule. Important: all of the powders are unsweetened and unflavored. However, not everybody read instructions all the time. They just look at the main component, and once in a while I do have clients who buy supplements and do not check for it, and then they blame on the food, right? So that's when my analytical skill come in, and I'm like, okay, check your protein powders, right? What is your supplements are sweetened with? And sure enough, there will be stevia in it. And also, I want to bring this to attention that when you're going to buy your supplements at any supplement store, the people who sell them to you, it's not that they don't want you to be healthy. They are not always being educated. And once you get this information from me, make sure that you check when you buy stuff. You turn around, you put your glasses on, you take a picture, magnify it if you cannot see, if the print is too small, and make sure you do not see any sucralose, acesulfame potassium, stevia. We're going to see more and more xylitol probably coming in, or monk fruit extract. After I start reacting on stevia, I start reacting on all of the plant-based sweeteners. So xylitol is it's a little bit different. It's a sugar derived from alcohol from cellulose. Right, so we do not know what kind of complication that thing can bring us. We still need to live a little and just to see what is going to manifest in, because nobody testing it on anything. So if they're saying it, there is nothing in the clinical studies, then like you are your own human trial, test it out, see what happens, right? But again, what makes me mad that where is it all coming from to begin with, right? Now, if you look at all of your things that you're using, for example, your toothpaste. If it's just a regular toothpaste you're buying from a regular grocery store, and you have your Sensodyne, we have our Crest, we have whatever else, right? They are sweetened with aspartame. And aspartame will kill your pre-digestive enzymes. Then you swallow some of it and it will kill your digestive enzymes. Because that's what they do. It's like atomic bomb for your digestive enzymes, flora. And because majority of people do not even know that what digestive enzymes are for, or that you can take them also, right? Then you're actually impairing yourself from absorbing any kind of nutrients that you're taking with your food. So you're no longer breaking down your proteins, you're no longer breaking down your carbs. Then another thing that really pissing me off and really makes me mad is all of the kids' medication, liquid medication, all of the cough syrups and all of that stuff is sweetened with aspartame or sucralose, right? So that's when it all enters into the kid's brain. And then we have all of these young kids with diagnoses like neurological diagnosis, like they have couldn't learn properly, right? Learning disorders, couldn't speak properly, right? And so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm very Whole Foods pro, and I'm not talking about the store. I'm talking about whole foods. When you buy a potato, you cook a potato, you eat your potato. You buy chicken breast, you cook it, you eat it, right? You buy your beans, you cook it, you eat it, right? But when people started to interfere with foods and started to follow what consumer desires, and more it interfere with like with the production of that food, you're up for like interesting side effects after that. So eat clean, do your cardio, your brain relies on it, work out, your life relies on it, stay young, stay healthy, stay positive. Okay, so you just need to navigate through all of this, and stay simple, simplify everything. Don't overthink on all of this. Find the clean way of living and you'll be fine. Okay, if I'm able to do this for so long so far and helping my clients to do so, like you will be able to do the same thing. Okay guys, that was my rant on sweeteners, and I hope you understand what I was trying to talk about. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to message me and subscribe. Bye.